Welcome everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense. Whether you're showing up here because you're a loyal viewer of my channel or you're just stopping by out of mild curiosity, whatever drives you, you're a fragrance aficionado, fragrance perfectionist, hopefully you'll find something on this channel to keep you here because I really appreciate your support of my passion, our dual passion. And today I've got something kind of cool that I want to share with you. So when we come back, we're going to rip that cellophane off the box, pull the bottle out and take a closer look at that brand new Dolce & Gabbana release, Light Blue Forever Pour Homme. So stay tuned. Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Today I've got a brand new release we're going to take a look at for the very first time, give you my first impressions on it. It is Now you couldn't tell that a new bottle is inside of this box because it looks like the old box, right? It's kind of like the old style. Dolce & Gabbana is consistent in terms of their packaging, in terms of their presentation typically, but you know what we do before we do anything else? Let's take a close look at that presentation. So the box itself is kind of interesting. It's got like a velvet coating over it, a very, very light blue, like the name itself implies. And then it's got kind of a gold metallic shine on the words Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever, Pour Homme, Eau de Parfum. So it's an Eau de Parfum concentration, 100 ml bottle, 3.3 fluid ounces. I can't tell you if it's 1025 BM or 10258 M. So if one doesn't work, try the other. That's the batch code. Of course, you've got your DG for Dolce & Gabbana on the very top of the box. Other than that, box is relatively simple. And then we go straight to the bottle, which is of course my favorite part of any presentation. Got Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever in gold, Pour Homme, Eau de Parfum. I really like that look. But we're more interested in the juice, so let's talk about that note breakdown.
Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever Pour Homme features top notes of grapefruit and bergamot, with heart notes of violet leaf and ozonic notes, resting on a base of white musk, patchouli, and vetiver.
So pretty much nothing new, incredible, outlandish, or challenging about the note breakdown. It's pretty much what we could expect in a fragrance of this particular ilk. Chiamala Mason Dew is the female nose behind the fragrance, so interested to see what her work has produced for Dolce & Gabbana. So let's go ahead and check out that juice. The bottom of the cap has a nice shiny gold around it, and of course the atomizer is also that same shiny gold. Sprays a really nice array. Oh wow. That literally is just like I broke open a grapefruit. Yeah, I don't even have to smell the tester strip really, but once I sprayed it in the air, it's just a very sharp, bitter, like rind. In most note breakdowns, you'll notice that they say instead of just grapefruit, they've got grapefruit zest. And a grapefruit zest typically is in reference to the rind or the peel. A lot of times if you look up on Google, like lemon zest, grapefruit zest, it'll show the peeling, the cut peeling, because that's where you get that bitterness in there, and that's actually where all the vitamins and like if you're actually ingesting a fruit for health benefits, that's where all the vitamins are in the actual rind. And that's where you get that kind of zingy bitterness as well, specifically in grapefruit. And I'm sure if you've ever been on, remember the very popular grapefruit diet that everybody was going through, you know, you'd stick a spoon in a half grapefruit, pour some salt over it or whatever, or sugar, and you would eat it and be like, oh, there's my meal for the day. But when you actually cut that open, remember it's the actual rind squirting a little bit and getting it on your face or on your hands or whatever, and that kind of bitter, it's very sharp and it lasts for a good bit of time. You know, you could probably, as you're getting dressed, you can probably smell it on your fingers, but it's not unpleasant. It's got that really nice, bitter, semi-sweet grapefruit appeal to it, and that's what you get in the open of Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Forever Pour Homme. Is very, very grapefruit forward. So of course, acting as a pursuant to that grapefruit is the bergamot. It's there in the background to kind of push, give it a little bit of a citric or citrus element to, because grapefruit, again, is a little bit bitter, a little bit more bitter than it is sweet, especially in the zest part of it. So you've got that bergamot to balance it out a little bit. It's pretty powerful in the open, but I think I'm getting a little bit of that violet leaf as well, which is a nice balance in that mix. This is gonna be one of those that you have to wait for it to dry down to get any of that, pretty much that heart and that base. So as you would imagine from an aquatic or oceanic fragrance, this has some ozonic notes in it. And a lot of people are a bit confused about what ozone is. Ozonic notes is just a representation of what, it's not an actual, you can't squeeze, you know, ozone notes from the air or from lightning, you know, after lightning strikes. But if you've ever been in a summertime thunderstorm, I grew up partly in Mobile, Alabama, which thunderstorms were average part of the day. And so often afterwards, the air would be extremely fresh, brisk, a little bit sharp, and somewhat bitter. That's what ozonic notes are. It's an approximation of that very fresh. It's almost like a breath of fresh air. So I do get that. I do get that fresh ozonic along with the grapefruit zest. A little bit of violet in there, but not much else. Not much else, honestly. It's a very simple fragrance, but I love that grapefruit. I love that grapefruit opening, that grapefruit zest. Will it last? That's my question. I'm curious about that. And the only way to know that answer is to try it out on skin, get rid of the tester strips. So I've recently showered. I didn't try anything on because I know I was gonna do this review, so let's check it out. I do love that open though. So there's something that happens when you spray it on skin. Not only do you get that grapefruit zest, that zing, that semi-sweet, more bitter, but you also get a little bit of that patchouli and vetiver. Vetiver is a really nice, elegant drying agent. Some of the note breakdowns indicate that it's Java vetiver oil, which would make sense because if you combine like a white musk, Java vetiver oil, those are good fixatives to kind of bind everything together and to give it a little bit more of a meaty sense, to give it more of a body. Because you can't live on, even though it's such a fantastic note, you can't live on grapefruit zest for the entirety of the life of the fragrance, although you could try. What they're using those other notes for, so that fantastic introduction is leading into the light blue DNA that you're very familiar with. For those of you that are fans of light blue Eau Intense, you're not gonna find that in this, not at all. You do get that light blue DNA. Again, it's very, very similar. You can tell it's a flanker, you can tell that they're related, but not overtly. I will say this, if you're a fan of Light Blue Sun, it's like Light Blue Sun, only turbocharged. Light Blue Sun has just a hint of that grapefruit in it. This is all grapefruit. There's no hint. It's completely grapefruit in your face. So if you are a fan of Light Blue Sun, you'll probably really love this. So what you get in the dry down is you get a really nice balance of that light, elegant vetiver, the dry vetiver that I mentioned, a little bit of that violet leaf, that is a really nice segue into a brighter, zingier, zestier grapefruit. That beautiful grapefruit zest that's in the open isn't necessarily in the dry down, but it's just hinting. In the dry down, I really do like that kind of masculine, overall, warm, citrus, aquatic, ozonic feel to it. There's no aquatic notes in here, but when you have notes of ozone, it's kind of resembling aquatic notes to a degree anyway. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. This would be what I would call a fantastic summertime safe office scent. This is something that when you spray on, you're gonna feel light, enthusiastic, energetic, enthused, ready for the day, ready for whatever project you're getting into at work, you know, ready to give it your all because you feel fresh. It's like cutting into a grapefruit, that fresh rind, that zest, that appeal, that energy, good vibes. Basically, all of that is embedded in the fragrance itself. So this isn't something you can wear dressed up, I don't think. It would be kind of inappropriate to smell this on someone with a suit and tie and be like, man, did you just come from the beach? Did you just come from vacation? Because it's got a very nice casual feel to it, a very nice laid back, casual, almost tropical, summertime essence or feel about it. Because that's what it's all about. It's about good times, it's about summertime, it's about fresh, it's about aquatic, ozonic, water, ocean, energy, just all the things in a big ball of wax that we like about summer sun. So as such, it's not a super sweet fragrance, it's lightly sweet. So it's gonna be great for, and I'm gonna call this now, this is gonna be a great high heat fragrance. So on the summer days when it's sweltering, 80 plus degrees out there, you're sweating a little bit of grapefruit zest, a little bit of violet, some nice dry patchouli, some white musk, give it some weight. That's what you're gonna find in this, and it's gonna come off really nice. It's gonna radiate a really nice scent bubble. More so than if you were to wear it in obviously cooler weather. So it's gonna be a warm weather fragrance specifically. In terms of performance, I'll have to give it some wear in my daily routine, kind of see where it's gonna go to give you a full-on review as to what kind of performance. Is it gonna be average, below average, above average? If I had to call it now though, I would say it's gonna be right around average. 6 to 7 hours probably would be the maximum that you would pull out of this, I would say. In terms of cost, it is a new release, so you're gonna pay new release price for it. Give it some time. Dolce Gabbana is a higher end fashion house in terms of designer fashion, so the price doesn't drop as quickly as you might like it, but keep an eye on it. When it hits discounters, you'll be able to get it for a pretty good deal, I would say. Guys, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out today's unboxing and first impressions of Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Forever Pour Homme. It's gonna be a fantastic summertime fragrance. Again, not sure it's gonna be performing that great, but as long as the fragrance and the body itself holds up. You got a 100 ml bottle that you can spray on anytime that you want or decant at any time that you want, so can't really complain super much about performance. Thanks again for stopping by, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.